So you've just finished Moon Lover's Scarlet Heart Ryeo, you're emotionally wrecked, and now you want to know if the man you've just spent 20 episodes falling in love with was actually a brutal tyrant in real life. Don't worry, I've got you. Today we're doing a deep dive into the real history behind Scarlet Heart Ryeo. And because there is a lot to unpack, this video is going to focus on the prince's early lives, who they were, how they grew up, and what the drama got right and very wrong. Then next week, we'll dive into Wang So's reign as King Gwangjong, because that's where things get really controversial. To understand Wang So, we have to start with his father, King Taejo, the founder of Goryeo. Before his rule, the Korean peninsula wasn't one unified country. It was divided into three major kingdoms, Goryeo, Baekhyun, and Silla. Taejo brought them all together under one name, Goryeo. But conquering land is one thing, holding on to it, that's something else entirely. Because each of these regions wasn't just land. It was controlled by powerful clans, each with their own armies, their own loyalties, and their own ambitions. So Taejo did something incredibly strategic. Every time he conquered a new territory, he married a woman from the most powerful clan in that region. Not for love, for control. By the end of his life, he had 29 wives. 6 of them were queens and 23 of them were consorts. And from those marriages came 25 sons and 9 daughters. In the drama, we meet 2 of the queens, Queen Hyejong, or Empress Hwangbo, and Queen Simyoung Sunsung, or Empress Yu. But what the show doesn't fully convey is this. These weren't just wives. They were political alliances with teeth. So that brings us to one of the biggest questions. What was Wang So's childhood actually like? Was he really abused, scarred by his mother, sent away to suffer alone? Short answer, no. The drama shows all the princes growing up together in the palace, laughing, bonding, forming relationships. But in reality, that would have been incredibly dangerous. Putting all of Taejo's heirs in one place would have made it very easy for someone to wipe out the entire line of succession in one move. So instead, the princes were raised separately, within their mother's clans. Which means most of them likely barely knew each other growing up. They weren't brothers in the way the drama portrays. They were political pieces on a board. Historically, Wang So was most likely raised within his mother's family, the Cheongju clan, a powerful military faction. There is no evidence that his mother scarred him, abused him, or abandoned him. Now, that doesn't mean his childhood was perfect. He was the 3rd son, which matters, because in royal succession there's a saying, the heir and the spare, and everyone else, they're negotiable. So while he probably wasn't tortured, he probably also was not the center of attention. Now let's talk about one of the most dramatic parts of the show. Wang So being sent away as a hostage to the Shinju Kang clan. This is completely fictional. Empress Yu was from the Cheongju Yu clan. She was one of King Taejo's most powerful and favored wives. Her sons were the A-team of the royal family. There was no wolf dog mask or Shinju exile. In reality, Wang So grew up as a favored prince in the capital. However, Goryeo did have a hostage system called Kisang, but it usually involved the king taking sons of local lords as hostages to the capital to ensure the lord's loyalty, not the king sending his own son away to a lord's house. But here's the twist. Even though he wasn't sent as a hostage to a military clan, Wang So was a kind of hostage, just not in the way the drama shows. When the princes came of age, they were brought to the capital Kaesong for their royal education. But this wasn't just about learning. It was a power check. By keeping the princes in the capital, Taejo ensured that their mother's clans couldn't rebel without consequences. Because if they did, their sons, the princes, would be the ones to pay for it. They were, in a very real sense, living collateral. They lived separately. Only the maternally related brothers would have lived together, and they studied with private tutors, only appearing together with their half-siblings for official ceremonies. So again, no brotherly bonding, no shared childhood, just controlled distance and political tension. Now let's talk about what happens after Taejo dies. The throne passes to his eldest son, Wang Mu, also known as King Hyejong. And this is one area where the drama actually gets a lot right. King Hyejong is a capable general. He's battle-tested and instrumental in helping unify the kingdom. He also suffered from a severe skin condition, likely eczema or psoriasis, which caused him significant distress. So how did he die? Official records say illness, but for centuries there have been rumors of mercury poisoning. And honestly, it's not that far-fetched. Mercury was commonly used in treatments for skin diseases at the time, but in high doses it causes tremors, paranoia, and organ failure. He died in or near his bath, which aligns with the idea that a mercury-induced seizure could have caused him to drown, just like in the show. By the end of his life, Wang Mu was reported to be so paranoid that he kept guards outside his door at all times and didn't even trust his closest advisors. Could this have been mercury? Possibly, but there is a much more grounded political explanation. His mother's clan, the Na-ju-o clan, was relatively weak compared to the others, which meant he didn't have a strong power base backing him. Meanwhile, his half-brothers' families, they were actively maneuvering for the throne. So the question becomes, is it really paranoia if the threat is real? He was a king standing alone in a room full of people waiting for him to fail. If it were me, I'd be paranoid too. In the show, we see Wang Mu trying to send his daughter away to hostile enemies during one of his fits of mania. Instead, Wang So swoops in and marries her to save her from this fate. This is partially true. Wang So did marry the princess, but it had nothing to do with rescuing her. In reality, King Hyejong knew his position was incredibly weak. His half-brothers had the backing of the powerful Cheongju clan. To keep Wang So on his side and prevent a coup, Mu offered his daughter to So in marriage. This happened while Mu was still king as a way to buy Wang So's loyalty. Mu's daughter eventually went on to become Queen Uihua. Now let's talk about Wang Yo, one of the most fascinating figures in both the drama and real history. The drama portrays him as ambitious, ruthless, and tormented. Historically, he was highly intelligent, a skilled martial artist, politically strategic, and backed by a powerful maternal clan. And here's the twist most viewers don't expect. Wang So and Wang Yo were not enemies. Wang So was actually Yo's right-hand man. When Wang Mu died, the throne should have passed to his son, but Wang Yo seized it instead, backed by his powerful maternal clan. And Wang So supported him. But the drama got one thing very right: Wang Yo's downfall. During his reign, he became obsessed with moving the capital to Pyongyang, a deeply unpopular idea. During a thunderstorm, lightning struck near him, and something broke. He spiraled into paranoia, hallucinations, and fear of the ghosts of those he had killed, just like in the drama. Now this part is pure speculation on my end, but it's worth thinking about. Wang Mu, Wang Yo, and later Wang So all show signs of extreme paranoia. Now, that could be political pressure, poisoning, or very real threats. But it also raises another possibility. Could there have been a genetic component? A hereditary mental health condition like paranoid schizophrenia passed down through Taejo's line? We'll never know for sure, but it's an interesting pattern. Although Wang Yo had a son, the boy was too young to rule. To keep the throne within the family's power, Yo named Wang So as his heir, and that's where we'll pick up next time, because Wang So's reign as King Gwangjong is where history and the drama really begin to clash. Was he a tyrant, a reformer, a visionary, or all three? Make sure to subscribe so you don't miss it. And if you enjoy stories about power struggles, rival clans, and the cost of ruling a fractured world, you might like my book Beneath the Destiny Stone. Here's a sneak peek of the audiobook.
Inclining my head, I met Lindsay's gaze. You know, I've been thinking a lot about these clan feuds. His eyes sparkled. Oh, have you now? Pausing, I surveyed him. I have, and I think the only way to fix the problem is to give them both what they want. He gave a delighted laugh, like I was some precocious toddler who'd just said something very charming. Henry, on the other hand, flushed with embarrassment. Who's he to give them vengeance, Fiona, because that's what they want? Smug, I straightened. By controlling the form it takes.